During our travels in Minnesota, we had the opportunity to stop at the Glensheen Manor. It was amazing. First of all, it is a 39-room mansion. Oh my goodness, that alone was amazing. This mansion was built by Chester Congdon, who back in the day made his money in the iron industry. So in 1905, he decided he wanted to show exactly how rich he was, and he built Glensheen Manor. This manor was constructed from 1905 to 1908, and it cost a whopping $845,000. That is $26 million today. The Congdons raised 7 children at Glensheen Mansion, with the last resident being Elizabeth Congdon. As we continued to tour the house, it was just more and more amazing sights. The view of the garden was incredible, and just the stained glass windows were absolutely amazing. From all the attire that we saw, these folks were dressed to the nines at all times. Little did we know, but on these very steps, a murder occurred. In the early morning hours of June 27, 1977, someone broke into the house and killed the night nurse, Velma Pietila, on these very steps. This is the bedroom of Elizabeth Congdon, and unfortunately the bedroom she died in. She was murdered that night in June of 1977 after the night nurse was bludgeoned to death on the stairway. That assailant came upstairs and killed Elizabeth Congdon in her bedroom with a satin pillow. Her murderer was her daughter's second husband, Roger Caldwell. Apparently the couple had gotten in a tremendous amount of debt, and Marjorie decided she wanted her inheritance a little early, so she convinced her husband, Roger Caldwell, to kill her mother. This is where it gets unusual. Roger was found guilty of the murders. He was sentenced to 2 consecutive life terms. Marjorie, Elizabeth's daughter, was also arrested and charged with conspiracy. However, she fared much better and was able to get off on those charges. Here's the unusual part. Roger only spent 5 years, and somehow they threw out the case because there was some issue with evidence, so he only spent 5 years in prison. Now, here's a bizarre connection to Arizona from the Glensheen Manor. Marjorie later married a 3rd man, and they bought a house in Arizona. And in March of 1991, Marjorie was caught red-handed setting fire to her neighbor's house while he was in the house. She was arrested, convicted, and sentenced to 15 years in an Arizona prison. She did, however, spend 10 years in prison for the arson, and she was 71 years old when she was released. From what I can find, Marjorie Congdon is still alive, possibly living in Tucson, Arizona, and she is 91 years old. The breakfast room was my favorite, with this beautiful green tile, and the view and everything was just absolutely amazing. I absolutely loved this dining room as well. It is inspired by their trips to Asia, and there's a lot of influences in this room, and I just absolutely love them. And if you're in the dining room and you need to call for some assistance, right there, look in the mirror there, you see the button underneath the table that you press when you want to call for the servants. Elizabeth raised her 2 adopted daughters, Marjorie and Jennifer, in Glensheen Manor. I'm not sure if these are their belongings or not, but they're so cute. Okay, you say you want to have a party? Well, this is the room you need, the amusement room, and let me tell you, it is grand. Check out what must have been a state-of-the-art laundry room back in the day. Then at the end of the tour, you get to vote for which room you thought was the best. I can't remember which one I voted for. It was the breakfast room, of course. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tour of Glensheen Manor, and if so, please give us a thumbs up. And as always, my friends, be happy, be well, and be blessed. Until next time, bye-bye.